We are going to have a discussion regarding tenders. Introduction to contract. In contract, we are going to learn a definition of contract. Contract is an agreement enforceable by law, which is called as contract. As far as PWD department is concerned, it is a written undertaking for execution of works or supply of material or for the performance of any service connected therewith, duly accepted and registered by the competent authority on behalf of the union or state government. Introduction to contract. Authority is competent to enter into contracts for public works. Article 229 (1) of the Constitution of India authorizes officers of the Public Works Department to execute a contract for on behalf of the President of India or the Governor of the state, as the case may be. The divisional or subdivisional officers, that is, executive engineer or assistant engineer in charge, derives delegated powers to enter into contracts for the government within their financial limits. Essentials of contract. Essentials of contract. That means there are different clauses of contract. Number 1 clause, that the contract shall be made by the parties competent to contract. Contract shall be made by free consent of the parties. Number 3, that the contract shall be a definite proposal and its acceptance. Number 4, contract shall be made so that the considerations and objects are lawful. Number 5, that the meaning shall be certain. Types of contracts. There are different types of contract, just like item rate contract, percentage rate contract, lump sum contract, labor contract, piecework contract, material supply contract, cost plus percentage rate contract, cost plus fixed fee contract. Now let us learn about what is a tender. Basically, tender is a written offer submitted by the contractors after the notifications given to execute certain work or supply of some specified articles or transport of materials at certain rates with the terms and conditions laid down in the tender documents. Methods of inviting tenders. Number 1 method is open or public tenders. Number 2, private or limited or selected tenders. Third one, negotiated or single tender. So let us learn about what is open or public tenders. In this method of tenders, they are invited in open and public manner by giving an advertisement in the local newspapers or by a notice in a regional language to be displayed in public places. The open tenders is carried out for the work costing more than 25,000. The advantage of this open or public tender system is that the new contractor can submit his tender and all contractors are given equal opportunity. Thus, there is chances of getting the work executed at the cheapest rate. This method is suitable for public works. Second method of tenders is private or limited or selected tenders. In this method, tenders are invited from the limited number of reputed contractors for execution of work. This results into fair competition on the limited scale and eliminates new inexperienced contractors. This method is disadvantageous. This method is advantageous for the works of specialized nature. This method is suitable for private works. Tender. Third method is negotiated or single tender. This is similar to private tender, but tender is invited from single well-known reputed contractor. This method adopted in case of execution of work of a specialized nature, supply of articles of proprietary nature. In this method, as there is no fair competition, this method may prove to be costly. This method is followed for purchase of articles or materials included under the rate contract system. Now let us learn about what are the different tender documents required during the tendering procedure. Number 1, the notice inviting tenders, and the tender notice is in standard approved format. Then second one is a tender form with standard conditions of contract. Then notice to contractor, special conditions, general conditions, statements. Number 1, details of similar works carried out, details of tools and plans available with tenderer, details of technical personnel, declaration by contractor, appendix herein before referred to, percentage rate for atom rate contract for works, Form B1 conditions of contract, articles of agreement, schedule A supply of materials, that is the material supplied by the owner, schedule B memorandum showing the schedule of quantities to be executed by the contractor, specifications for various works. These are the sample tender notice indicating the serial number, tender number, then tender specification regarding type of works, then estimate of the work and earnest money deposit, then cost of each tender form is mentioned, then contact numbers, then website of the organization is mentioned, and the tenders are expected to go on website to see all the remaining conditions. Similarly, this is another tender notice for a reputed education institute in Nasik district. Again, it indicates serial number, then name of the work, then estimate of the work, then the earnest money deposit, then the tender form cost is mentioned, then the time limit for the work is given. Generally, time limit for work is between 6 months to 1 year. This is another tender notice, that is e-tender notice. Again, all the details are mentioned in the tender notice. Now, why tender is included in the contract documents? So the requirement of inclusion of tender notice in the contract document is that the tender notice includes information such as time of completion, earnest money, refund of earnest money, period of validity of rates quoted by contractor, site inspection, rates to include taxes, source and specification of materials, change of address, security deposit. All above information is not included in conditions of contract. Thus, without such particulars, the contract is invalid. Therefore, tender notice is included in the contract document. Tendering procedure. Preparation of detailed specifications and contract documents. Decide whether to use open or restricted tendering. Third one, preparation of realistic schedule of tender process. Number 4, advertisement of the tender notice in local newspapers. Number 5, sale of tender papers. Number 6, submission of completed tenders and deposit of earnest money. Number 7, opening of tenders on the given date in the presence of appointed officers. Number 8, rejection of tender if not qualified for the work. 9, analysis of each tender. Number 10, comparative statement of tenders. Number 11, acceptance of tenders. Now, based on the experience of the tender selection committee, generally lowest tender is accepted as a rule. Otherwise, second lowest tender is accepted. Number 12, work order or award of contract. And now let us learn about the different basic concepts regarding earnest money and security deposit. Earnest money. Earnest money is an assurance or guarantee in the form of cash on the part of a contractor for confirming to accept the work if assigned to him as per terms and conditions of tender. Next one, security deposit. It is the amount of money which shall be deposited by the contractor whose tender has been accepted and is liable to pay compensation for part whole of his security deposit if the work is not carried out according to the specifications, time limit and conditions of contract. Various forms of BOT and global tendering. BOT. BOT means build, operate and transfer. It is the type of tender in which the private sector builds an infrastructure project, operates it and eventually transfers ownership of the project to the government. Forms of BOT. BOO. Build, own and operate. The private party builds and retains ownership of the facility, makes the returns on investment by operating it for its useful life and may sell it at any point at the market value. BTO. Build, transfer and operate. The private party transfers the ownership of the facility directly after the delivery and operates the facility on the behalf of principal investor. Advantages of BTO: use funds from private company firms for infra projects is made available. Number two, expenditure is collected by toll and same funds are utilized for maintenance. Number three, quality of work is good due to public private partnership project, that is PPP. Global tender. What is a global tender? In case of big and specialized jobs or design and construction or manufacture, global tenders are invited by the authority throughout the globe to get competitive offers from the various specialized firms or reputed manufacturers. The heading of tender notice is a global tender notice. This type of global tender notice are generally published in reputed international newspapers, national newspapers, embassies, offices located at different countries. E-tenders. E-tendering, it is also called as e-procurement. E-procurement. It is business to business or business to consumer or business to government for sale or supplies, work and services through the internet. Online submission of the tenders, and due to this online procedure, the advantage like efficiency, economy and speed of internet can be harnessed. Let us learn about what is the e-tendering cycle. E-tendering is a process of carrying out entire tendering cycle by using internet. E-tendering cycle can be broken into key modules such as number 1, tender notice creation, number 2, tender promotion, number 3, tender document, number 4, pre-bid meeting, number 5, bid submission, number 6, payment gateway, number 7, tender storage and opening, number 8, tender evaluation, number 9, negotiation, number 10, tender award, number 11, vendor registration and rating, and number 12, tender audit and storage. Thank you very much.